morning everyone. So the title of presentation, as you have seen, the automatic administration of vasodilator drug to regulate the post-surgical hypertension. This will be the outlines that I will follow. First of all, why to regulate the post-operative hypertensions? In post-operative scenario or post-surgical scenarios, the people who are suffering from myocardial revascularization don't have an autonomic capability of regulating blood pressure, and an intervention, that an external intervention is necessary in order to decrease their elevated blood pressure. And how to circumvent that? This can be circumvented by using a vasodilator drug. What is a vasodilator drug? Vasodilator drug is a drug that decreases the pressure on the walls of arterioles, that thereby decreasing the vascular resistance and increasing or facilitating the blood flow, and thereby decreasing the elevated blood pressure of myocardial revascularization patient in this scenario. Why automatic control? First of all, the automatic control is very important. If this administration or infusion is not timely managed, then firstly what it creates is that it can create oscillation in blood pressure, which may have very disastrous consequences, and it takes a lot of time of anesthesiologists and clinical staff. Our friend Talha is sitting here, whose father is a consultant anesthesiologist in Pakistan, one of leading. He knows how much time he takes for this stuff. So now, this is the model of a patient where we are injecting vasodilator drug, and this map is the output. So first see that this has a systemic circulation. Systemic circulation is the process which takes oxygen from the heart to various tissues in the body. So it's modeled by a feedback process, because the drug will affect in forward direction. The pulmonary circulation is something that is concerned with taking oxygenated blood back to the heart. So it's in feedback, and also there is some recirculation that will happen, and we will call it, some drug will be recirculated to the heart through the oxygenated blood, and we will call it alpha. The most important thing, these processes are governed by their time constant. Time constant, because you are undergrad students, so I want to say time constant is how fast the system reacts to a change. So these will be the time constants. One more important factor is K. K is the sensitivity of patient to drug. Every patient has different sensitivity. It varies with age, it varies with health. And one of more important thing is, when we inject, there is some time delay. There is some delay in the action of drug. So these are the parameters specification. One point to note is, the sensitivity of the patient varies from patient to patient and within same patient as well. So within same patient, we are modeling it as an unknown signal. So it's called scheduling signal. So the other parameters like T, which is the time delay, and alpha, that is drug fraction recirculation to the heart, they will be uncertain. But the rest of the parameters, the K for every patient will be a time varying signal, and alpha and T will be what you call uncertain. So these are our performance specification. First of all, we want to take blood pressure from 150 millimeter of mercury to 100 millimeter of mercury. But we have some performance specification. First of all, the drug should affect within less than 10 minutes. Secondly, we are not allowed, because of toxic effects of sodium nitroprusside or vasodilator drugs, we are not allowed to provide more than 180 milliliter per hour. And the blood pressure should remain between 80 and 120, and it should not go below a range of 70 milliliter of mercury. So this I will show you in the next slide why I partitioned it. So what I did, the patient sensitivity to the drug, it has a very large range from -9.5 to 0.5. I divided it into 6 portions. And I will tell you why I divided into 6 portions. And from the block diagram, this is the mathematical model. In this mathematical model, for each, there will be 5 plants, 5 different plants corresponding to these 5 different ranges of K. And for each range, plant range, the tau, we will take the full uncertainty range of time delay and the drug fraction recirculating. So this is the controller that we got from the Smith predictor form. So it uses the robust stability criteria. It uses the Smith predictor form. If you don't know it, welcome to our graduate program. So I will not go into details how we got this. So we got this Smith predictor for robust stability, and you will have to know something about pathway approximation. So now I will tell you why we took different ranges of K. This is all uncertain plants. If I will take the full range of K, we will notice that we cannot fulfill all the requirements specification that we posed. Time it should affect within less than 10 minutes. It should be between 80 to 50. It should be -60. The second thing in this controller is this specification and the robust stability for each controller is given by these free parameters tau d eta 1 and tau d eta 2. Okay. Now what I will do, now I have controller for each plant, for each different ranges of K. I will combine them, and how I will combine them? By this switching algorithm. What I will do, for a particular range of K, I will set up controller, and if the patient range is not in this K, it moves to some other way, I will provide a switching. But the most important two things, hysteresis switching, in order to give a very large so this block diagram is not only a single patient. These are infinitely many patients, and if a person is outlier, we have tried from the literature that to put every patient in this framework. Now what we will do, we make the switching slow. We will make it slow. We will provide a hysteresis between the switching of two controllers. We will provide some time so that our signal is very slow, and this is given by this bound, and this bound is from the LMIs of the work of my professor Hitaya Uzbai and his student Yen back in 2007. So this is our simulation. I said, okay, my time variation is this one. It's my patient sensitivity to the drug is changing from -9.5 to -0.2.5. This is the worst case situation that I have taken. In actual, it's not like that. It's worst case. First of all, for each patient, I will take this K that it's changing in this manner. For the first simulation, what I have said, I have taken the nominal or average values. That alpha naught is 0.5 and T0 is 40, and I see everything is so far so good. Then I provided the extreme conditions. I took the upper bounds, and so far, first of all, see, is it between 80 to 120? Yes. Is it reaching its steady state within less than 10 minutes? Yes. The third question is, the drug infusion is between 0 to 180? Yes, so far so good. So this is the conclusion. These are the contributions we made. We presented this work in Grenoble, France, and then Professor Hitai presented in Paris, and I just submitted a work for a IFAC conference in Istanbul. What are our ongoing research topics? Is finding some less, this condition of switching is very conservative. So some less conservative condition of stability for LPV time delay system. Second is the stable. We have just started working on January for the stability of LTV systems by using time varying delays. It's a basic collaborative work of Tubitak and CNS. Thank you very much. Any questions?